Welcome everyone. Playing some Blue Moon today. Let's see. The list is quite similar to the ones that I 5-0'd with recently. 3 null-sets, 3 cryptics. I'm playing 1 click instead of the 4th thing again. Mostly because with only 1 pillage in the sideboard, I really feel like my blue-white matchup basically I kind of can't take enough cards out of the main deck, when I sideboard against blue-white control. That is how I feel, or how I have felt recently. So this swap is actually quite... it has quite a big impact in this particular matchup. Now, really, Hogaak is the kind of thing to address here, because basically a lot of your deck building should be based on, and card choices should be based on how they pair up against Hogaak. I've played some lists with a Leyline of the Void in the sideboard. I tried playing Seasoned Pyromancer to have a discard effect. Also, actually, Click was one reason why I played Click, or play Click again, is because you can use this to bottom a Leyline. In the end, I felt like Leyline just doesn't really go well in this type of deck. You draw a lot of cards, and really just drawing a single dead card in a deck like this, with so few like kind of looting or rummaging effects, is quite detrimental. And really, thing is, I would not play this list in a MCQ or maybe even a playoff. Not sure about playoff, because the metagame is really different depending on whether you play a Premier event compared to playing in a Modern League. It's really easy to like even play in the X0 bracket and still not face any Hogaak in the entire league, especially since most people have a lot of hate for the deck. So really my approach here is to kind of not care too much about Hogaak. I have only 6 efficient graveyard hate cards, 2 traps, 2 relics, 2 surgicals, and then 1 Ashiok here. Ashiok is terribly slow. Hello, Dim Sum. Ashiok is terribly slow, but I think all the other like not Leyline graveyard hate cards are just, they kind of don't do enough. Like, this is too slow. It comes on only on turn 3, but assuming the Hogaak player has a slightly dysfunctional hand, which is actually quite common in the post-board games, I think the repeated ability to the ability to repeatedly exile the graveyard is quite important, because like even like a single bridge in the below in the Hogaak player's graveyard is often like reason enough to fire up a Ravenous Trap, and that's like a pretty big thing, like, because you don't have infinite cards to play with. So the fact that you have to really, you kind of have to nuke the graveyard so often means that like effects like Trap and Thomas Script, like, they just aren't enough. Like, you need the repeated exile effect, I think. And this kind of plays well with the Thing in the Ice plan again. Like, Thing really is the best threat against Hogaak. So kind of my hope is, well, first of all, it's quite likely that we won't face any Hogaak today, and if we do, I hope that they have slightly awkward hands that like 1 surgical or 1 relic or 1 trap is enough to maybe slow them down, and then I can seal the game with Thing or Ashiok, or both, basically. And yes, I am drinking Tsingtao. Well, this is such a borderline hand, but I'm gonna keep. I hate nothing more in Magic than mulliganing. Hogaak? I kind of hope it's Hogaak. And I kind of hope it's not Hogaak. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's not get too memey. I guess I have Thing in the Eyes and Magma Spray, so there is a slight chance I'm not actually dead in this game. What is Pillage even? It's like... Because I'm not actually sure what the word means, like the... It's kind of a unusual word. Hävittää? I gave the link. Rötöstely. Well, that's not maybe the best translation. I mean, I think we are like... Okay, that's 100% dead. Yeah, actually, I joined the Discord myself quite recently, and it's quite nice. Very nice place to hang out. I kind of feel like you kind of want these 1-1 counters against the Altar and also potential hate. I guess if I don't have Leeline, it's not quite as important to counter like claims and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. I think the bolt's unnecessary. Like, you just need to kill the stupid Carrion Feeder. It's so OP. It's so OP, man. But what do I cut? Probably I should maybe cut the Spell Snare and just keep the Spell Pierce. And maybe it's like double Cryptic. Yeah. Nast is always necessary, especially in this matchup because we play all these cards that actually do nothing. You know, they just exile the graveyard. You actually need some card draw. And Nast does always do something against the losing decks. They also have the Vampire and whatnot, so... That's a great suggestion, Wildcat. I kind of want to... Actually, I'm just gonna play Visions here. It's kind of good to like disguise the relic, if possible. in before I get Thoughtseize. I guess this is enough reasons to relic away right now. I think it's actually... I could have forced this losing, but I think it's very important to, with this deck, to be able to counter the altar, because the altar really just goes off on its own. But yeah, even a single broadcast can be difficult to beat, so for this deck, if you don't have thing in the eyes out, so just gonna pop this off right now. Oh, this is exciting. This is like exactly this scenario where Ashiok can actually be quite strong, I think. It's looking promising. Yeah, I guess I would have countered the Thoughtseize. I'm not sure. I did see the surgical with my visions, so maybe not even. Oh, not sure. I mean, I think it's... I mean... I don't think you can say never force Thoughtseize, but it would have been close, in my opinion. I guess we can just play Thing in the Eyes and keep Surgical open with the Scalding Tarn here. Kind of BM to play Thalia here, like, come on. Such a spoil sport, lol. I think well, for my deck, for this Blue Moon deck that doesn't play Ley Lines, the white version is way easier to beat, because they can, like, Hardcast Vengevine is very, very strong against us. And it is still 0. Let's see. Yeah, it's not 0. And we don't have any enchantments to destroy, so it's quite relevant. I should have fetched for Steam Vents, actually. I could almost see myself actually pitching Ashiok, because the opt is quite valuable here with the Thing in the Eyes in play, but... well... yeah, it's interesting. I think the fact is though that the best way to counter Planeswalkers, these cheap ones with static abilities, is to play creatures. So still, I kind of like the fact that they make creature decks better. Like an early Thalia, for example, or an early Pyromancer, or just some Goblin Guides are the best way to hate on these Planeswalkers. So it might have an effect that, you know, it kind of boosts the creature decks and weakens the non-creature decks. Yeah, well, I mean, but the Relic was good because, well, for example, in this scenario, getting both Bridge and the Bloodcast is quite important. But yeah, because I saw Surgical Extraction and I had, like, and because you kind of want to be able to force the altar, I think it made sense to, or it would have made sense to not counter the Thoughtseize in that scenario. Alright. So I guess we can just wait here, actually. No need to bolt anything yet. I guess we want to respond here by bolting the Thalia. Well, I mean, we didn't get Thoughtseized, so I didn't really pay off or anything, but yeah. Ugh. Disgusting. Am I gonna get Hogaaked here? That's so lame. Can we do anything? Not really. Tap. Tap. Renidor is paying costs. Hogaak. I mean, there is no Hogaak, so nothing to exile, lol. And Force cannot counter non-creatures. Oh, sorry. It cannot counter creatures. This is so troublesome because if they didn't have this card in play, it would be maybe possible to win by flipping a thing, but the fact it mills 3 is just so backbreaking. Yeah, they can just recast Hogaak on the same turn, most likely. They mill 3. It's like, if they have anything, any way to put a card in graveyard, it's enough. Yeah, probably. I guess I need to, well, if they don't play anything that I can force, I need to surgical extraction something, and then force, hardcast force extraction, and then I can play Ashiok or something. Also, if I get lucky, well, if I had a way to flip thing without playing surgical, I could, you know, if they flip Hogaak with the supplier, I might be able to get them somehow, but yeah. Looks kind of bad. Well, I guess I probably should just do this before damage, because, well, if they cast Supplier, it's actually good for me if they have like one land drop to make. So, yeah, I'm just gonna do this now. I guess I pick this. I guess it makes, I'm not gonna exile anything from their library, just this one card from their deck, or from graveyard. Yikes. If only they had a land. It would be just so perfect if they had one land in hand to cast a supplier, and I could like exile the graveyard, and they would have no way to cast Hogaak. Ugh. Well, I mean, if they actually... Oh! Ooh, I think we won here. We could play Ashiok here. I'm gonna do it. But yeah, now when they play Supplier, I can just exile the graveyard, and they can't recast Hogaak. Hopefully, most likely, and they die. Yeah, I think we win as well. Unless they rip something amazing like left loot. I guess even looting isn't enough. Maybe? I guess it... this sounds so simple because they do get... Oh no, never mind. Yeah, they get a blocker, but if they block, I can just mill the graveyard after that, so... Kinda cool. I guess there's no reason for me to react here. I can just wait, let them block, and then use Ashiok and still keep this in hand. Oh, let's go. I guess they have to block here. Let's go. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Fuck this bridge. Well, they get like something extra here. They get one more turn maybe. In the very least. No. I guess I can do this. This is kind of awkward. I wish I didn't have to do this, but I think I have to do this because it means one less turn for them. So. Should have used Ashiok, maybe? I mean, that's kind of unclear. This was fine, but I didn't get to think about that. Oh, nice. I don't think there's any reason for me to activate Ashiok. Haha, get wrecked. This can block though, that's kind of nasty. They might have Bridge in hand, would be kind of insanely good for them, but I mean, it seems like I'm still winning here, so... Jeez. They are still fighting hard. Oh, nice. I think when we think about trap against crypt, the fact that crypt removes a counter from Thing in the Eyes is maybe the most relevant thing there. The deciding factor. This hand is kind of interesting. We have spray, which is kind of nice, but no hate is kind of sketchy. I mean, it's sketchy even with hate, and with no hate is like double sketchy. Well, they have a utility, but really, not really. Like, cleaning the board is so easy with Thing in the Eyes and Anger that it's not really the issue. Early Hogaak is really the main problem. I think I'm gonna keep this. It's kind of weak, but might be better than, you know, average 6. Oh, perfect. Now it's very strong, I think. Yeah, definitely gonna do this now. LOL. Well, I think we won. Thanks for the follow, Seub. I think I just... I think I spray here. Because if I find Thing of the Eyes, that's kind of strong. What is this? I'm just gonna do this now. Might be correct to wait here. If they play Alta, I definitely want to dig for Spell PS or Force of Negation or something. I think I'm just gonna actually try to kill this Carrion Feeder. You know, you just wanna prevent the Hogaak at all costs, basically. Also, this one I'm keeping up Snapcaster Mage Surgical, so kinda nice. I'm just gonna go for Opt here. Block Opt. Well, we actually won. That's kind of hot. But I will take this, but I'm not sure if I want to keep Cryptic open or Ashiok. Well, now that I drew the Bolt, I think I just Ashiok because it's a lot easier to prevent the Hogaak if I can kill a creature, so... Nice, nice, nice. Oh wow. Incredible comeback, guys. I think I just respond to a trigger here. In case they mill... I guess they actually can't get a bridge anymore. Gonna lose, actually. But if they, I mean, if they play anything from their hand, I'm gonna bolt this anyway, so... I don't know. It's fine. Anyway. Yeah. Well, in this situation where you have kind of stabilized, Ashiok certainly seems quite strong. And I can kind of see it as a one-off just against Hogaak. And some fringe strategies as well. I think I take a force here. Just so I can counter like an altar or something. Maybe even losing, actually. I'm gonna shuffle my deck because I bottomed some nice cards with Narset earlier, so... I guess not, because I drew the Remand, it seems more enticing to play second Narset. Nice. Well, that was an excellent match. The top deck surgical was certainly very fortunate for us, but it was nice to see that at least in some kinds of games the non-Leeline hate is enough